Chris Stokes on Run After Feds exposed footage of his crimes at Diddy's parties.
Chris Stokes, a well-known music producer and former manager, has found himself at the center of a storm of controversy following shocking revelations about his involvement in criminal activities at high-profile events, including those hosted by music mogul Diddy. Recently exposed footage has surfaced, showing Stokes allegedly engaging in disturbing behavior at Diddy's infamous parties, leading to a federal investigation into his actions. The footage has ignited widespread outrage and speculation about the extent of Stokes's involvement in the abuse of young stars, particularly within the context of the music industry's troubling history of exploitation. As authorities close in, Stokes is now reportedly on the run, leaving many questions unanswered about the true nature of these crimes. A disturbing incident, the attack that shocked the industry. One of the most shocking aspects of this ongoing saga is an incident that allegedly took place at one of Diddy's infamous parties. According to sources close to the situation, a young man named Nick was sent to the hospital after a brutal altercation. The details surrounding the event remain unclear, but what is known is that Diddy's close associates, including Chris Stokes, were allegedly involved in orchestrating the attack. In a chilling moment, it was revealed that if Stokes could harm an innocent individual in this manner, it raises the disturbing possibility of what he might have been capable of as the individuals involved reached adulthood. The idea that a man capable of such violence would have influence over young, impressionable minds is deeply troubling. The leaked footage, a telling revelation. As the story continues to develop, leaked footage has surfaced that ties multiple high-profile figures to the scandal. The video is said to show Stokes visibly sweating as he's confronted with the truth behind his actions. He reportedly went into hiding after the footage became public, hoping to avoid any further legal or public scrutiny. However, his attempt to stay out of the spotlight only fueled rumors and suspicions about his involvement in the ongoing scandal. This evasive behavior only added to the already growing list of questions about his culpability in the abuse that has been alleged. Fans and insiders alike are now asking, why is Stokes so desperate to avoid the truth? Dirty tactics, sacrificing Stokes to save himself. Amid growing pressure, it has been suggested that Diddy might be willing to throw his old associates, including Stokes, under the bus to save himself. According to rumors circulating within the industry, Diddy, whose own reputation is quickly crumbling, is reportedly attempting to deflect attention away from his own involvement by exposing others. It is said that Stokes might be a scapegoat in this situation, with Diddy possibly willing to leak incriminating information about him in an effort to take the heat off himself. If these rumors prove to be true, it paints a disturbing picture of a man who will do whatever it takes to protect his own empire, no matter the cost to those around him. The mob enforcer's warning, a dangerous game. Adding to the intrigue is the involvement of a former mob enforcer who has been vocal about his suspicions regarding Diddy's tactics. This enforcer, who is well-versed in the darker side of the industry, warned that Diddy's actions could ultimately lead to even more dangerous consequences. According to the source, if Diddy truly wants to save himself, he will have to make significant sacrifices. This might mean turning on his closest allies, like Stokes, in order to protect his wealth and power. The enforcer's words carry weight, as he suggests that Diddy is playing a dangerous game that could have serious repercussions for everyone involved. Chris Stokes' dark past. Allegations of abuse. While the recent footage of Diddy's party has been the talk of the town, the allegations surrounding Chris Stokes go much deeper. Stokes, who managed the boy band B2K in the early 2000s, has long been a controversial figure in the industry. One of the most disturbing claims against him comes from former B2K member Raz B, who accused Stokes of sexually abusing him and his brother when they were under his management. Raz B's emotional testimony about the abuse he endured under Stokes's care shook the music industry to its core. The allegations were graphic and haunting, describing disturbing encounters that took place in hotel rooms and private spaces. Raz B's accusations set off a wave of backlash against Stokes, who denied the claims, but the damage to his reputation was done. The repercussions, Stokes's denial, and the fallout. In the aftermath of the accusations, Chris Stokes has continued to deny any wrongdoing, vehemently shifting the blame onto others, including his own brother, Ricardo Thornton. This defensive stance has only further alienated him from the public and the industry. As the investigation continues, many are beginning to question the extent of his involvement in the abuse and whether he is truly responsible for the harm done to young boys under his management. The situation became even more complicated when a leaked video emerged showing Ray J allegedly calling Raz B and passing on messages from both Diddy and Jay-Z, urging him to retract his previous statements about Stokes. This moment was a turning point in the case, as Raz B was seen visibly shaken by the pressure he was under. His willingness to backtrack raised suspicions that he may have been coerced into clearing Stokes's name, possibly due to the powerful figures who were pulling the strings behind the scenes. A surprising retract. Was Raz B coerced? Raz B's sudden retraction of his accusations against Stokes raised many eyebrows. In a statement that was seen as out of character, Raz B praised Stokes and claimed that his earlier accusations were made in a moment of emotional distress. Many fans and onlookers were skeptical of this change in narrative, suspecting that Raz B had been pressured into retracting his statements. The idea that a victim of abuse could be manipulated into changing their story is a painful one, but it is all too familiar in cases of coercion and intimidation. In the entertainment industry, where power dynamics are often skewed and individuals are manipulated into silence, Raz B's retraction could be seen as a cautionary tale of the dangers that young stars face when they are at the mercy of those in control. The role of R. Kelly. A sinister connection. As the scandal continues to unfold, new connections are being made between Stokes, Diddy, and R. Kelly. These three men were all involved in the creation of B2K's hit song, Bump, 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 which was written and produced by R. Kelly. The involvement of Kelly, who has faced his own allegations of sexual abuse, adds another layer of complexity to the case. The fact that these three powerful figures work together on a major project raises questions about what kind of influence they may have had on each other and whether their personal connections extend beyond the professional sphere. Given the gravity of the allegations against R. Kelly, his involvement in this scandal is particularly troubling, especially in light of the growing list of abuse claims surrounding the music industry. The fallout. Diddy's decline and Stokes's scrutiny. As more details emerge, Diddy's empire is quickly crumbling. Major brands, including Revolt TV and Macy's, have cut ties with the mogul, distancing themselves from the scandal. Lawsuits continue to pile up, and Diddy's reputation as a businessman and entertainer is now in jeopardy. Meanwhile, Stokes faces increasing scrutiny as more victims come forward to share their stories. The public is demanding justice for those who have been affected by his alleged actions, and the pressure is mounting for both Stokes and Diddy to be held accountable. It is clear that the fallout from this scandal is far from over, and the industry is bracing itself for even more revelations. The final countdown: will justice be served? As the story continues to unfold, it is becoming apparent that both Chris Stokes and Diddy are in a high-stakes game of survival. Each man is attempting to deflect blame and protect their own interests, even if it means throwing others under the bus. However, The truth has a way of coming to light, and it seems inevitable that the consequences of their actions will eventually catch up with them. The public demands answers, and the victims of this scandal are no longer willing to remain silent. In the end, only time will tell if justice will be served or if the powerful figures involved in this web of deceit will continue to evade accountability. Diddy's reputation, allegations, and accusations. Diddy's career has been marred by various allegations over the years, ranging from accusations of mistreatment of employees to more serious claims involving sexual misconduct. His reputation took a significant hit when his former partner, singer Cassie, filed a lawsuit against him, detailing years of alleged emotional abuse and manipulation. The lawsuit brought forth disturbing revelations about Diddy's personal life, shedding light on a pattern of troubling behavior. Since then, other accusers have come forward, and the legal implications for Diddy seem to be mounting. Adding to the intrigue, the nature of Diddy's relationships with young men, particularly in the context of the music industry, has come under scrutiny. For years, rumors have circulated about Diddy's supposed relationships with younger, impressionable boys, and some claim that these relationships were not entirely consensual. These allegations range from subtle hints to more explicit claims of inappropriate behavior, suggesting that Diddy used his power to exploit those around him, including young rising stars like Usher. Usher's silence and the mystery of what happened. Throughout the years, Usher has remained tight-lipped about his time working with Diddy. The young artist has offered only vague hints about the things he saw and experienced while under Diddy's influence, but he has never fully disclosed what went on behind the scenes. His reluctance to speak openly about his experiences has led to widespread speculation, with many wondering what might have transpired during those years that Usher is so reluctant to discuss. One of the most controversial moments in their relationship came when Diddy himself, during a live-streamed event, made a comment that seemed to imply that he and Usher shared a bed in their younger years. "We used to wake up," Diddy casually remarked during the broadcast, "and I mean, damn, pause, but like, just, back in the days when he was like 10 and I was a little bit older." This statement raised more than a few eyebrows, causing many to pause and reconsider the nature of their relationship. Was this an innocent comment, or was it a slip-up revealing something darker? Although Diddy quickly tried to downplay the comment, it only fueled the growing number of conspiracy theories and rumors about what had really happened between him and Usher. Many began to wonder if Usher's silence was a result of the trauma or manipulation he experienced during those formative years, and why he would go to such lengths to avoid addressing these allegations publicly. Diddy's alleged misdeeds and Usher's alleged suffering. The accusations against Diddy do not end with vague comments or suggestions of inappropriate behavior. There have been more serious claims that tie Diddy to instances of abuse, both physical and emotional, with young men and boys who came into his orbit. These allegations were further complicated when it was rumored that Usher may have contracted a sexually transmitted disease, STD, during his time under Diddy's guidance, an event that allegedly had a lasting effect on the artist's career and personal life. One particularly disturbing claim that circulated was the idea that Usher was sent to the hospital due to an incident involving Diddy. Reports suggested that Usher, at a young age, was allegedly injured and sent to the hospital with a serious physical condition after an encounter with Diddy or those close to him. The specifics of this event remain unclear, but it has been referenced by various insiders as a turning point for Usher, leading him to distance himself from Diddy and eventually chart his own path in the music industry. Many have questioned why Usher never spoke out more openly about these incidents, and whether there was an industry-wide pressure to remain silent. The music business is notoriously insular, and stars, especially young ones, can find themselves isolated from any support system that might advocate for their well-being. Usher's continued success has been marred by these unspoken issues, and his refusal to discuss them only adds to the growing sense that something deeply troubling occurred during his time under Diddy's wing. Allegations from other celebrities. Diddy's shady reputation. As the years passed, other celebrities began to speak out, shedding light on Diddy's behavior and the way he allegedly treated those around him. In particular, rapper 50 Cent recounted a troubling encounter with Diddy in which he claimed the music mogul had made an inappropriate offer to take him shopping, something that 50 Cent immediately shut down, finding it suspicious. 50 Cent, known for his outspoken nature, did not mince words when discussing Diddy's behavior, calling it out for what he believed it was, a tactic to manipulate or possibly control those around him. There have also been mentions of Diddy's reputation in Hollywood, where rumors of him having a hidden sexual preference for young men or boys began to take hold. These whispers have continued to dog him throughout his career, but it wasn't until recent years that the allegations began to gain more attention, particularly when a number of insiders began to speak openly about the darker side of Diddy's operations. Many of these accounts are conflicting, and some may even be exaggerated, but they paint a disturbing picture of a man who used his wealth and influence inappropriately. The FBI investigation and the scope of allegations, perhaps the most significant revelation, comes from reports that the FBI had investigated Diddy for possible involvement with underage boys. According to leaked information, federal authorities looked into Diddy's activities in connection with young boys, suggesting that he may have had inappropriate relationships with minors during the height of his career. These suspicions emerged after an investigation into the activities of other prominent music industry figures, including notorious figures such as Jimmy Henchman, who was interrogated by authorities about Diddy's alleged involvement in illegal activities. The FBI's interest in Diddy, particularly in relation to underage boys, added a new dimension to the allegations, elevating them from simple rumors to potential criminal activity. While no concrete evidence has yet been presented to prove Diddy's involvement in such matters, the investigations raised serious questions about his personal life and his actions during the 1990s and early 2000s. These investigations led some to wonder whether Usher's silence was a result of fear, not just for his own reputation, but for his safety and career as well. The rise of allegations, underage sexual abuse, accusations. In 2011, a series of allegations began to surface, pointing to Diddy as a figure involved in the sexual abuse of underage boys. The Federal Bureau of Investigation, FBI, reportedly opened an investigation into these claims, though the details remain murky. The specifics of the allegations are complex, but there were consistent reports that certain individuals in Diddy's circle were questioned by authorities about their knowledge of these activities. One such individual was Jimmy Henchman, a known associate of Diddy who was implicated in the drug trade. As the story goes, Henchman's involvement in a major drug-related conviction was allegedly tied to his knowledge of Diddy's activities. In exchange for cooperation, Henchman could have been released from a life sentence, but the offer seemingly revolved around him revealing information about Diddy and his supposed involvement with young boys. This situation raises several significant questions. Why was the FBI asking about these specific allegations? Was there any truth to them, or were they the result of rumors or misinformation? What kind of information did the FBI have that would prompt such an investigation? These questions linger, as many have speculated that the federal investigation was not a baseless rumor, but rather a real attempt to uncover possible criminal behavior. The gravity of such a case made waves in the public eye, leaving many wondering whether there was more to the story than anyone was willing to disclose. The connection with celebrities. Usher and Justin Bieber. The allegations didn't stop with henchmen. They began to involve other high-profile names, including Usher and Justin Bieber. Usher, a global superstar, was reportedly aware of some of the activities Diddy allegedly engaged in during his rise to prominence. Gene Deal, Diddy's former bodyguard, made some startling claims in a series of interviews, suggesting that Usher, along with other people in Diddy's circle, knew far more than they let on. According to Deal, both Usher and Mace, another artist who had ties to Diddy, had intimate knowledge of Diddy's activities, but chose to remain silent for various reasons. These revelations added an unsettling layer to the narrative surrounding Diddy, especially considering Usher's long-standing relationship with Diddy and the closeness between the two. In the case of Justin Bieber, the allegations grew even more concerning. Bieber, who was a teen sensation in the early 2000s, was notably close to Diddy during his rise to fame. Many fans questioned the appropriateness of Diddy's close relationship with the 15-year-old pop star, given Diddy's age and status as an industry veteran. Video footage from this time resurfaced, showing Diddy speaking with Bieber about his career and promising him extravagant gifts, including a Ferrari when he turned 16 and a mansion for his 18th birthday. This behavior raised eyebrows, as it was seen as highly unusual for a man in his 40s to be making such grand promises to a teenager, especially considering the nature of Diddy's reputation and his dealings within the music industry. The 48 Days with Diddy incident. One of the most chilling moments in the Diddy-Bieber narrative came when the young singer spent what was described as 48 days with Diddy. This period has been described as particularly concerning, given the allegations of grooming that have been attached to Diddy's name. Bieber, being a vulnerable teenager at the time, was at a crucial point in his career and personal development. Diddy, as a powerful figure in the industry, had access to Bieber in ways that were deeply unsettling. The fact that Bieber spent so much time alone with Diddy, especially considering the broader context of sexual abuse and manipulation claims, sparked alarm among fans and critics alike. The term grooming was used by many who observed the interaction between Diddy and Bieber. Grooming refers to the process by which an adult establishes a close relationship with a child or adolescent in order to manipulate them into engaging in sexual activities. Many critics point to the behavior exhibited by Diddy as fitting this description, specifically his over-the-top gifts and promises, his one-on-one time with the teenager, and the general nature of their interactions, which some found inappropriate. The disturbing interviews and resurfacing footage. In addition to the 48 Days incident, other videos featuring Diddy and Bieber have raised questions about the nature of their relationship. One clip shows Diddy and Bieber discussing their past interactions, with Diddy inquiring about why the two no longer hang out as they once did. The conversation quickly takes a strange turn, with Diddy joking about not wanting Bieber to reveal their past conversations. This kind of interaction only deepens the suspicion surrounding their relationship, particularly in the context of the broader allegations against Diddy. Another video from a party thrown by Diddy shows Bieber spending time with other celebrities, including Trey Songz and Odell Beckham Jr. While the nature of the video itself was not overtly inappropriate, the context of it, especially considering the rumors and allegations that had been circulating at the time, made it even more disturbing. Fans watching these moments couldn't help but question the appropriateness of Bieber's proximity to older male figures, especially in the context of what was being discussed in the media regarding Diddy. Additionally, there were other uncomfortable moments captured on film, such as Diddy jokingly warning Bieber not to reveal what happened during their time together. These clips add to the growing narrative of Diddy being overly secretive and protective of his interactions with young stars like Bieber. the allegations against Diddy, grooming or manipulation. As these videos and stories resurfaced, a growing number of people began to speculate on Diddy's potential role in grooming young stars like Bieber. Diddy's power and influence in the entertainment industry placed him in a position where he had access to a variety of young celebrities. Given the extreme wealth and celebrity status Diddy enjoyed, many questioned why he would take such an interest in young artists like Bieber. Was it simply a mentor-mentee relationship, or was there something more sinister at play? Some have even raised the possibility that Diddy's treatment of these young men may have extended beyond simple mentorship into the realm of manipulation. Critics argue that his ability to control and influence these young stars, combined with his position of authority in the industry, may have allowed him to exploit vulnerable figures for his own gain. While there is no concrete evidence to prove these claims, the patterns and behavior associated with Diddy's relationships with young male stars have led to speculation about his intentions. The wider Hollywood context: sexual exploitation in the industry. The allegations against Diddy are not isolated. Hollywood has long been plagued by accusations of sexual exploitation and abuse, particularly in relation to young stars. The entertainment industry has a history of manipulating and exploiting vulnerable young people, with many high-profile cases of abuse coming to light in recent years. The Peter Me Too movement and other initiatives have helped shed light on the darker side of the industry, and the claims against Diddy fit into this broader narrative of Hollywood's troubled past with sexual misconduct. This wider context only deepens the suspicion surrounding Diddy's alleged behavior. The idea that he could be part of a larger network of influential figures who exploit young stars is a troubling one, especially considering the way in which these figures often maintain their power and silence through intimidation and secrecy. The Hollywood elite, many believe, are adept at covering up their wrongdoings, and as such, these allegations may be just the tip of the iceberg. The role of Diddy's inner circle: Mace, Usher, and others. Among the most perplexing aspects of the Diddy allegations is the involvement of other celebrities in his inner circle. Mace, Usher, and other key figures in the entertainment industry have been associated with Diddy for years, and many have questioned why they have remained silent about the allegations surrounding him. Some believe that these individuals may have known more about Diddy's activities than they have let on, and their silence could be attributed to fear, loyalty, or the desire to protect their careers. For example, Mace, who famously left Diddy's Bad Boy records, has been rumored to have intimate knowledge of the darker side of the label's operations. Similarly, Usher, despite his close friendship with Diddy, has remained tight-lipped about the allegations against him. This silence has only fueled further speculation, with many wondering whether these individuals are complicit in protecting Diddy or whether they too are victims of the same manipulative dynamics that have been attributed to Diddy's behavior. The legacy of Diddy: a controversial figure. As the years pass, Diddy's legacy as a music mogul continues to be overshadowed by these disturbing allegations. While his influence on hip-hop and the broader entertainment industry remains significant, his personal conduct has been called into question time and time again. The allegations against him, ranging from sexual misconduct to manipulation of young stars, have cast a shadow over his career, leaving many to wonder whether the full extent of his actions will ever come to light. The controversy surrounding Diddy is a complex and multifaceted issue, one that involves the intersection of power, manipulation, and abuse within the entertainment industry. Whether these allegations are true or not, they raise important questions about the treatment of young artists, the nature of mentorship in the industry, and the role of those in positions of power in protecting vulnerable individuals. As the investigation continues, only time will tell whether Diddy will face any legal consequences for his actions or whether the allegations will remain part of the murky history of Hollywood's darker side.